these past few days been like for you? Kind of all of the stuff going on, all the news going on with you.
I've been fine. I've been great.
Why do you want to be traded, Anthony?
I feel like it's my time. I gave the city, organization, fans, everything I feel like I could. Don't know how long I'm gonna play this game. People's careers are short, and I feel like it's my time to move on.
Was there an ultimatum issued about wanting to go to the Lakers?
No, I never gave me or my representation never gave Pelicans, a destination or anything. So I'm not sure where it's coming from. Maybe the connection, with my representation, but we never gave Pelicans a destination.
So you would be willing to play elsewhere other than one place?
It's really it's on the Pelicans.
Anthony, did you and your representation talk about the fact that if you're not traded by the deadline, you potentially may have to sit out the rest of this season or won't be able to play?
My intentions is to play. I've been working to get my finger back healthy. Obviously, it's a tough situation, but my intention is to still play. And when I'm able to play, I plan on suiting up.
What was the thought process of making your request public?
All those questions. You contact my agent. He's more than happy to inform you guys on that.
Was the timing? Obviously, was that when the decision was made, or had you thought about that before, and it just became the time to do it?
Timing for what?
Of announcing your request. Had you made up your mind before that, or was it just there was a realization and then you had the conversation?
Obviously, you think about stuff, and we just felt like that time, actually the day wasn't planned, and honestly, my reputation didn't drop the story or leak the story or anything like that. Someone else had gave it to a reporter. The reporter called my agent and asked him, was this true? So we never wanted to leak it to the media. Want to do everything in house, but that wasn't on us.
Was the timing determined to get a trade before the before the deadline?
I just thought doing it sooner than later. Not just for myself, just out of respect for the organization. Ms. Benson, they've done everything for me, the fans, the community. So giving them an opportunity and enough time to be able to make a decision best for the organization.
Was there anything in particular that happened that made you say, okay, now's the time to make the request? Or
no.
When and why did this organization not give you the confidence that you could win a championship here, that you could win at a high level? Like you said, that's the reason that you wanted to leave.
Like I said, I just feel like it's my time, and it's just as simple as that.
Does it feel?
Anthony, was it just the losing? I mean, you can't point to a specific date because you came into this season talking about how you wanted to see the season through. You were focused on this team winning and carrying it all the way through. 82 games.
For sure. I had high hopes. When you play somewhere for a long time, 7 years, 6.5, I guess. This all this all I know is New Orleans. Like I said, I always talked about just winning, and for me, I just feel like it's my time. Like I said, you don't know how long you're gonna play this game, and I feel like I'm in my prime right now. I'm playing at an elite level, and I think that I want to make sure that I take advantage of that.
Did what happened this year have any influence? The disappointment of this year so far have any influence as to how you felt about this situation long term?
Not necessarily. Somewhat, but like I said, for the most part, just thinking about my career and my future, your legacy, or my legacy, and doing what's best for me.
How much does legacy matter to you?
A ton. I've had that question before, legacy over money, and I'm all about legacy. The money comes and goes. When I get done playing or leave this earth, what is my legacy going to be?
You talked about your relationship with the city, with the fan base? Was there any concern about just coming public and the way people kind of would react to you?
No. I'm not sure, but I feel the fans and the community will always love me. I hope so. I can't read people's minds, but obviously when you play for for a team, like I said, for 7 years, you got ties to the city. I've done so much for the city. This is always be home. I always have a place in my heart for the city. Fans, always been there for me, supporting me. So I mean, of course it was tough, but at the same time, I had to think about myself and my future and my career and move forward.
There are people that may say that there are outside forces helping you steer this decision. Do you want to clarify that this is your decision and no one else's?
I gave my representation the ability to speak on my behalf to the organization. So that's that.
Anthony, when you switched representation, was this something that you thought you were already leaning toward with your next contract?
No.
Drew's been a guy who's been your constant, basically. Most of your teammates, year in and year out, you had a lot of flux there. And he said, 90% of the reason he stayed was because of you. Obviously, I don't think your relationship changes, but how was that conversation with him when you made the decision? And then how do you feel just, knowing that you two will be split apart?
It was tough. Of course, like you said, Drew's been, my wingman for the last 4 or 5 years. So, out of respect, I definitely want to, inform him before he find out from someone else. It's a tough conversation, but as men, and if you want to do something, it's a conversation that needs to be had. So, it was a tough conversation, but I'm pretty sure hope he understands. I don't know what he told y'all or whatever, but just hope he understands.
Anthony, since you're trying to get to a place where you can win a championship, why wouldn't you give the Pelicans a list of destinations to try and ensure you go somewhere better than that?
That's on the Pelicans organization. Never gave him a timetable, never gave him a destination. Like I said, I want to. The Pelicans gave me nothing but respect. Ms. Benson, the entire organization, and I feel like I, need to do the same thing for them. And so they, I want to do it now just for the simple fact that they have enough time to, make the best decision for the organization.
Because you could be a free agent in 2020, is that why maybe you don't give them a list of teams where you can basically pick what you want to go in a year and a half anyway?
No. It was just the way I wanted to do it, honestly.
What did you think of the league finding you? Were you surprised by that?
Man, it is what it is. Can't do anything about that.
What were the shortcomings here? Why do you think this team could never get to a point where you could envision a championship? Why?
The team probably can't. I mean, I'm not sure. I just feel like it's my time. This has nothing to do with organization, teammates, fans, community, nothing. This is me. This is my decision. It's something I want to do.
Have you spoken, Mrs. Benson? Has she spoken to you since Monday when all this happened?
Indirectly. I mean, she came into the locker room a couple times and asked me how my finger was doing, but about the stuff going on now.
How do you strike the balance for the remainder of the time you're here? Because you're kind of on the team, but
I'm going to remain professional. I mean, I'm still under contract here. I still come with you guys to practice, sitting on the bench, locker room. Like I said, I'm still under contract until I get traded.
What did you make? I don't know if you noticed just your image being removed from certain promotional material.
The Jumbotron?
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, there's nothing I can control. The team had, something in mind. They went with it. I don't think it was supposed to be like that, from what I was told, but there's nothing I can really do about it.
I guess overall, what was that experience like being in the Smoothie King Center for the first time since the request came out? I guess were people kind of yelling stuff at you, or I would guess what was that?
Yeah. People were yelling stuff, signs, everything. In the beginning, it was a little. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but like I said, I'm still in the contract with this team. I'm still gonna go out there and help these guys, my teammates, and until I get traded, I'm on a contract, so I have to go out there and still support.
And I guess people kind of see the video, like you in Houston at the end of the game helping the coaches, and people kind of say, how can you compartmentalize? I want to leave, but I still support these guys. I guess
I'm gonna remain professional. I mean, I've never done anything to not show my professional side, and the organization has been professional to me. And until my time ends here, that's what I'm going to continue to do.
How close do you think you are to coming back? How's the hand feeling?
Hand feels better. Whenever I get cleared to play, like I said, intend on playing. But hopefully within the next couple of days, hopefully actually after the game tomorrow, I can get reevaluated and go from there.
Would you understand the decision if you are healthy in the fear of you potentially getting injured while you've requested a trade if they decided not to play you when you're healthy?
No, when that time comes, we talk about it, but I talk to Alvin, about the same thing. That when I'm ready to play, and they clear me to play, then of course I want to be on the floor.
Are you surprised that you didn't have more? I mean, considering you called yourself the most dominant player in the league and those kinds of things, are you surprised that there wasn't more success here as far as wins and losses and playoff series and all those kinds of things when you look back at this whole?
I said the team has just been, since I've been here, we've just been injured. But like I said before, you never know what kind of team that you can have. But I still believe I'm the most dominant player, and I'm going to showcase that as long as I'm on the floor.
Has anything emotionally happened yet? Like when you walk out, do you feel like this may be the last time I'm walking out? When you kind of pull into your house, it may be a huge change. Have you kind of reminisced about any of that?
When you're here for 7 years, you have a lot of memories, good and bad. And for me, living in the moment, taking one day at a time, and to see what goes from there.
What would you say would be the moment one of those moments as a player that you'll take with you as your proudest moment with the Pelicans, and what was probably the most difficult time you had here?
I think just our playoff experience, especially last year. Team we had, how much fun we had, and then me also just getting just not only a playoff series win, but a playoff game win, and then it's just been difficult, just not knowing what we could have each year.
Do you ever think about if things would be different, say if the DeMarcus injury didn't happen last year, if things go different this past summer?
All ifs. It's all ifs. You never know.
So some teams, could take the approach that the players express they're no longer invested in athletes, and we should focus on the guys who might be. And that, could you understand that, or the Pelicans? It's not their approach to do that. They want you to.
They're talking to my representation. I'm not sure what their mindset is, but at the end of the day, it's a business. If that's what they want to do, then they have every right to do it. But I just want to let them know that, when I'm ready to play and able to play, I'm ready to suit up.